Today I'm going to read a story about the giant beetroot. This story was published by the Education Collaboration in South Africa. Okay, now we go to the book. The book is called The Giant Beetroot. And here is the beetroot. Yeah. Can you see, everybody see the beetroot? There it is. Look. Oh heck. Very big. Right, here we go. Farmer Jones lived on his beautiful farm in Venda with his wife, Mrs. Jones. The farmer was happy because the soil on his farm was rich and that year the rainfall was good. Farmer Jones and Mrs. Jones were so excited about the harvest. One day, when the time was right, Farmer Jones walked through his vegetable garden. And it's time, said Farmer Jones. I will harvest my vegetables. Farmer Jones pulled out the potatoes, he pulled out the carrots, he pulled out the beetroots, but one beetroot would not come out. It was a very, very, very big beetroot. It was a giant beetroot. You see him tuggling there, he's trying. Farmer Jones pulled and pulled and pulled, but the giant beetroot would not come out. I need help, said the farmer, and he's called his wife, Mrs. Jones. Farmer Jones and Mrs. Jones pulled the giant beetroot and pulled and pulled and pulled, but the giant beetroot would not come out. We need help, said Mrs. Jones, and she called Nigel, her son. See, look at that. The horse is watching. Farmer Jones and Mrs. Jones and Nigel pulled the giant beetroot. They pulled and pulled and pulled, but the giant beetroot would not come out. We need help, said Nigel, and he called the dog. Farmer Jones, Mrs. Jones, Nigel and the dog pulled the giant beetroot. But they pulled and pulled and pulled, and the giant beetroot would not come out. We need help, said the dog. So he called the cat. Farmer Jones, Mrs. Jones and Nigel and the dog and the cat pulled and pulled and pulled of the giant beetroot. They pulled and pulled and pulled, but the giant beetroot would not come out. We need help, said the cat, and she called a mouse. Farmer Jones, Mrs. Jones, Nigel, the dog, the cat, the mouse pulled on the giant beetroot, and they pulled and they pulled and they pulled. Just look at them all pulling so hard on the giant beetroot, even the mouse. And out popped the giant beetroot. I did it, shouted the mouse. I pulled out the giant beetroot. That night, everyone on the farm had a feast of vegetables, and they ate, they joked and laughed about the giant beetroot and the very strong mouse. Thank you, everybody. And did you enjoy that? Thank you very much. And we'll have more stories, interesting and exciting stories for you. Thank you. Bye.